Buddy, no. Stay with me. Stay with me. Buddy, no. Stay. Buddy, no. Wake up.
Man, oh man, I cannot wait until 2025 to see Superman Legacy and for the general audience to be reconnected with the DC brand. And for old time's sake, let's smoke the Snyder cultist retard virgin beta pack one more time because nothing makes me smile than seeing a Snyder cult lose. That hit my G spot. So, one thing that's constantly been stressed throughout the movie's discourse is that Superman Legacy will be a more traditional, classic version of Superman. This instantly contrasts the project with the preceding movies from the DC Extended Universe, namely Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. That movie started the DCEU with a decidedly different take on Superman, which immediately put the shared universe in a controversial light. Henry Cavill's version of Superman was far from the wholesome, welcoming beacon of hope from previous movies. Instead, he was characterized as a more contemplative and almost dour figure whose heroism was seen with as much suspicion as it was reverence. This dovetailed into the dark events of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which many saw as the point of no return for the DCEU's reception, in making it clear that David Cornsworth's take on Superman will be a more traditional variant. Superman Legacy will make it clear to casual audiences, that the contentious canon of the DC Extended Universe is over. Likewise, those turned away by its version of Superman will likely be more interested in this new, more old-school incarnation. It's worth noting, however, that the movie won't simply be a retread of old adaptations of the other hero as well. And that's what I love about James Gunn's talking points about his characterization of Superman. You know, one of the many mistakes that filmmakers tend to do with Superman, a character like Superman, is that they either want to reinvent Superman to make him cool, hip for modern audiences, or they revert back to the Richard Donner classic Superman, which basically is a retread of what Richard Donner did. And I think James Gunn knows this and understands this. And it's like, listen, I love those films, I love the comics, but I'm gonna do my own thing. But at the same time, taking elements here and there that most of the casual audiences love and know about Superman, right? His warmth, his compassion, his innate goodness, saving people, and also delving deep into the Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Daily Planet relationship, as well as his Kryptonian dealings with how he feels about living as basically a god among men on Earth, which is something Zack Snyder tackled, but in a very, very dramatic and serious way, which James Gunn is going to take more of a lighter approach, but not make it necessarily a comedy. So for all the Snyder cultists, ball gaggers, I'm sorry, you guys lost, so go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
From the beginning of the movie's announcement, news about Superman Legacy was complemented with imagery from the iconic series All-Star Superman. This out-of-continuity comic book showcased a timeless take on the hero that was mostly based upon his wild adventures during the Silver Age of comics. Written and drawn by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely, it's regarded by many as the purest distillation of the Superman and what he stands for. Of course, given how that story ends, it's highly unlikely that Superman Legacy will adapt major story beats from it. Instead, the general tone and feel of that book is probably what's going to be on display. If nothing else, it's almost guaranteed that there will be a recreation of one iconic scene from All-Star Superman. At one point, a young girl decked out in goth appearance is seen about to jump off a building. Superman flies up and gives her a comforting word of encouragement before hugging her. Even more so than the action sequence and the strange Silver Age idiosyncrasies is that it's seen as the best and most defining moment in the story. If put out the big screen, if put on the big screen, it's certain to melt hearts and cement Superman as a friendly kind of hero without plainly emulating old school camp and similar elements. And obviously, I love All-Star Superman. I own the book. I own the hardcover. It's certainly one of the main staples of who Superman is as a character. Again, it goes back to his just compassion. That's what separates Superman from every other comic book character, whether it's DC or Marvel. That's what makes him special. That's what makes him unique. He's just a good person. And the fact that James Gunn is taking so much inspiration from that source material just gives me all the faith in the world that that it's going to be a Superman film that we've been wanting to see for a very, very long time. So I'm excited, James. Do not fuck this up. Love you all. Stay safe. Hit like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok. This is at Sheiks. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? For me personally, I think James Gunn is going to make. I think he's going to make the best Superman film for the ages. I really do. Given how he loves the character, given how he understands the character, and given the fact that general audiences have been they've been dying to see a great Superman film, I think this could be the one. So we shall see. We shall see. Love you all. Stay safe. Truth out.
Deuces! Deuces!